It down. Okay. I hereby call this meeting to order at 7:02 p.m. Pledge of Allegiance, Senator Holmes.
Okay. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
The national anthem is unavailable. Roll call and verification of quorum. Chair Uria.
Give me a sec. Hold on. Okay, Speaker Kehoe.
Here.
Senator Maroto. Please correct me if I'm saying it wrong.
Here.
Senator Mole.
Here.
Senator Potter.
Present.
Senator Bertram.
Present.
Senator Kura.
Here.
Senator Gomez.
Here.
Senator Martinez.
Here. Here.
Senator McLean.
Here.
Senator Millington.
Present.
Senator Richard.
Present.
Okay. Temple.
Present.
Bursey. One second. Okay. Caldwell.
Present.
Robbins.
Here.
Oh goodness. Spalding.
Present.
Kirk.
It's Van Kirk in here.
Okay. Castillo.
Castillo. Here.
Ferguson.
Here.
Lerdo.
Here.
Maury.
Here.
Oh gosh. Nijin. Someone please help me with that one.
Nguyen.
Can you say it again?
Nguyen.
Thank you. Okay. Penna.
Present.
Simcoe.
Present. No, he's absent. Wajin. Wanjin, but present.
Vervoot. I'm so sorry. Okay. Domino.
Present.
Foster.
Present.
Galloway. Beaumont.
Beaumont here.
Becerra.
Present.
Gould.
Gal, present.
Thank you. Demarla. Patel. Yamanchili.
Present.
Simcoe.
Present.
Hurl.
It's Harrell in here.
Borges.
Here.
Roel.
Here.
Jacobs. Almanar,
Present.
Anderson,
Present.
Castellan,
Present.
Cebula,
Present, and it's Sibula.
Hall,
Present.
Holmes,
Present.
Huerta,
Present.
Costas,
Yes, it's Costas. Here.
Magnadaro,
Present.
Martin,
Present.
Salerno,
Present.
Sakudo,
Salcedo. Present.
Tache,
Here.
me, and then Cerisi,
Present.
Cox.
Here.
It doesn't say the total number at the bottom. It's on the other sheet.
It's because you're not doing it's because you gotta be doing it.
Okay, hold on. Okay. So 49 out of 56, quorum is verified.
Thank you. Approval of the minutes. Go ahead and take a look at last meeting's minutes, and I'll take a motion. Senator Temple.
Move to approve last meeting's minutes.
There's been a motion to approve last meeting's minutes. Are there any objections? Seeing none, the minutes stand approved. Approval of the agenda. Go ahead and take a look at today's agenda, and I will take another motion. Senator Costas.
Move to approve today's agenda.
There's been a motion to approve tonight's agenda. Are there any objections? Seeing none, the agenda stands approved. Open forum. Ben Rembaum.
Can you all hear me just fine? Awesome. First off, before I start, I want to wish you all congratulations on being elected to the 54th Senate. Thank you all so much for what you do. So like Nathan said, my name is Ben Rembaum, and I'm here currently as the NITPAC president, but a little bit before I get into that, a little bit about me. Just like you all, I served in the Senate. I was in the 52nd Student Body Senate as the FAO chair and in the College of Business as well. And then after that, last year, I served as the Deputy Chief of Staff under Sabrina and Stephanie. And I absolutely love that role. And now I currently work at UCF as a student employee here. So I just love it here. But I'm not here about any of those roles. I'm here as my role as NITPAC president and liaison. And I see a few of you around the room. I know a few of you have been to our events. And I hope the rest of you will be able to join us after this. So what is NITPAC? NITPAC is an APAC affiliated organization comprised of solely UCF students. And APAC stands for American Israel Public Affairs Committee. Here at NITPAC, we work to spread APAC's mission in our local community and our campus, hence UCF. APAC is a completely bipartisan organization, which means in my eyes, you can be Republican, you can be Democrat, you can be independent, you can be whatever you want, and you are more than welcome through the doors at my organization. We are committed solely to strengthening, protecting, and promoting the U.S.-Israel relationship in ways that enhance the security of both the United States, but also Israel. What we do on campus is that we work to build relationships with congressional offices, their local offices, their DC offices, along with their congressional staff as well. And we work to lobby those members, whether they're in local, state, or federal government. We hold general body meetings. We bring in guest speakers. We set you up with campaigns. Once again, it can be Republican or Democrat campaign. If you're interested, please come to me and I'd be more than happy to get you in contact. But we also offer free trips. We offer free trips to Washington, DC, to free trips to Israel. And some of the trips are policy conference where there's about 20,000 people per year and around 350 to 400 of Congress there, I would guess. Then we also offer a smaller conference specifically for student leaders around the US called Saban Leadership Conference. And then we also offer a wide variety of retreats and then a prospective trip to Israel And then APAC also offers a trip for specifically college Democrats and college Republicans to go together and learn a little bit more about each other, but also learn a little bit more about the religions and Israel itself. And on that, I'm actually here to invite you all to an event that we're having this coming Monday. We had the same event last year, and I know some of you were there as well. It's our annual student leadership banquet, where we honor individuals such as yourselves for serving the student body, because I know that you all don't get enough recognition, and this is our way of kind of giving back to you. We'll be providing food, drinks, a guest speaker. In my opinion, it'll be a great time. We'll be having members of the Florida legislature there, such as Fred Hawkins as well. He's in the Florida House. And that event, once again, is this Monday, April 11th, starting around 6:30 p.m. Our social media is night.pack on Instagram. It'll be posted there in just a few minutes, and I'll also be sending a follow-up email for you all. If any of you are interested in coming to that event or joining the organization, you can also find us on Facebook at Nightpack. And if any of you want to email me, it's nightpack.prez@gmail.com, but I'll also be in the back for the next few minutes as well if any of you want to get my phone number or have any questions for me as well. But that's it, and I look forward to hearing from you all and seeing you all soon.
Thank you. Gift of Life. Awesome.
Hi guys, my name is Sammy and I'm from Gift of Life. I'm a campus ambassador for them, and we're basically a bone marrow and stem cell registry, which is nationally recognized, and I'm sure everyone has known somebody or related to them that has suffered through blood cancers, and so that's basically what our organization helps with. This is Jay. He's actually the founder, and he's the reason why Gift of Life exists, because he was diagnosed with leukemia and has to exhaust other resources because he had no familia matches. And the big question is, like, why do we need your help? And that's basically because 85% of our donors come from campuses like UCF and others within all around the US, because ages 18 to 35 are where we can get basically the healthiest donors that make them eligible. Here's a little bit of the stats, and you'll see on here that it is pretty rare to have a familia match, because 70% is a big amount of people who get diagnosed with cancer and are unable to use people related to them to help in the process of curing them. There are basically 5 really super easy steps on just joining the registry, and that's basically like the swabbing, and we take it from there, and it's just the beginning steps of actually being a part of it, but everything stays of your decision. If you do end up being a match, you get to make the decision after the fact to understand if it's a case that you want to participate in. There's a little information on how the blood stem cells go, which is 80% of the time instead of like 20%, which is basically bone marrow transplant. And you'll see here for the bone marrow that it's actually reserved for pediatric patients, because I know people hear bone marrow and they get really scared because they think of a needle in their hip, but that's not necessarily the case anymore. Here's like an example of a live that was saved with David and Amir's match, which is also super awesome to see. And then if you do decide to join the registry, this is basically what would end up happening. So if you want to, there's like a little kit, and I have a bunch of them back there with like bottle openers and pens. So if you want to, I'll be staying until the end. You guys can like come meet me if you're interested, but that's okay. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you. Announcements from the student body president, President Hall.
All right, everyone. It's great to see you tonight. Thanks for being here, and congratulations on being elected. Y'all are incredible, and you're going to do amazing things this year. I want to give a quick thank you to Ben and Samantha for coming and speaking. A little fun fact is that earlier Samantha called me about coming, and I was painfully confused because I'm from St. Pete, and Gift of Life is an adoption agency in St. Pete. So I thought she was calling to ask if I wanted to be adopted or tell me I was adopted. and I didn't know it. So luckily we got that cleared up after a while. And I'm very thankful that she came, and I actually gave my swab a couple months ago. So at first I thought she was telling me I was a match. So it took a while for us to, get on the same page. But I encourage y'all to complete the sample and do something good. Okay, so my announcements. Happiness Week will be April 18th through 22nd. I encourage y'all to come. Each day is themed differently. So the first day is themed around joy and laughter. The next is confidence and self-love. The third is optimism. Then we have tranquility and mindfulness, and then love. So expect more details about what that means. There's going to be different activities each day and handouts for students. And the idea is just to promote positivity and joy on campus. It's the end of the year. We're going into finals week, and we want to do everything we can to support our students. So I encourage you to consider going to the Happiness Week events. They're all specifically aimed at trying to get students who are passing by. So rather than inviting students to an event inside, we're going to try to get students all across campus who may not be familiar with student government or maybe having a bad day and not expecting a nice surprise. So I hope y'all can come out and enjoy some of those events. Passing of the gavel is this coming Tuesday. I'd like to make a slideshow for it. So if you have any fun photos from this year or nice photos, they don't have to be fun. I'd love to include them. I think we could play like a Hannah Montana song in the background, the graduation one. I won't sing it, but I think you all know it from the finale episode. So I would love if you could submit those. I'll send out a Google Drive link via email. There's a LinkedIn workshop this coming Monday on Zoom from 4 to 5 p.m. It's the same workshop that was brought to PLC, and it was really successful. I know Austin took it and had a really good time. So I encourage y'all to go. A nice Zoom event, so you can do it conveniently from anywhere. That's being hosted by the Academic Affairs Coordinator, Brandon Greenaway. Next week, just giving y'all an update, I'll spend a few days sitting on a search committee for the next Senior VP of Student Success. So if you're familiar with Mary Beth Ehas, who retired around this time last year, this is to fill her spot. It's currently being held by the interim Vice President, Dr. Adrian Frame. And then our last announcement is that there's now basketball in the Pegasus Penthouse. So go on and check it out. Remember, it's open the same hours as the Student Union, so you can pop in even after Senate probably. It'll still be open and play some basketball. That's it.
Thank you. Any questions for President Hall? All right, thank you.
Congratulations, Nathan.
Thanks. Announcements from the student body vice president, VP Wilson.
Well, good evening, Senate. First of all, happy UCF Day of Giving. And so if you probably looked at my report and you're like, what is he going to talk about today? So I actually serve on the alumni board as an ex officio corporate officer. And I'm not just here in that capacity, but more just as a student at UCF. So today we're here, of course, for UCF Day of Giving, which if you all aren't aware, you probably saw what was happening in the student union, see a bunch of people around campus, encouraging you to give. It's an opportunity for all colleges, departments, programs to all come together for one day to benefit UCF and UCF's community. I'm here tonight to challenge you all to actually donate to a fund of your choice. There's a whole bunch of different ones ranging from the OSI Student Excellence Fund. If you're a big athletics fan, you can donate to athletics. I just completed a donation to the Office of Diversity and Inclusion to support Dr. Guzman and her efforts. There's so many different things that you can donate to. And the great thing is, you always, shouldn't get anything in return for, the goodness of your heart and donating. But this time you do you get a Citronaut pin. And, I don't have any with me. They didn't give me any, but you'll get a Citronaut pin mailed to you to represent your UCF pride and all your beautiful outfits that you all have on tonight. And so I just encourage you all, if you have a moment, go into the Google Docs for the minutes, click UCF Day of Giving, give a minimum donation of $5. Currently, I have it pulled up right now. UCF has raised over $3.2 million just today for different programs to support students, faculty, and staff. And they have 3,916 gifts. And so the goal for this year is actually 5,000 individual donors. And, there's a lot of you in this room, of course. So if you have a moment, you don't have to do it now, of course, but donations end tonight at midnight. And what was really exciting actually is while I was sitting back there and everything, so there's cool challenges that are happening. So if you actually go on the website, there's different challenges for different things. If you post on social media, if you just kind of share it with your friends. I actually won the opportunity to give $1,000 to an area of my choice. And so I'm here today to ask you all's opinion. If you have a specific area that you think that should be donated to, let me know. And, I'll message and DM UCF alumni right now. We'll get that donation started. So if there's any questions, I'd be happy to take them. But again, thank you so much. I'll have further updates for other reports later on, but I thought it was really important just to share the time about UCF Day of Giving today. So thank you.
Any questions or suggestions for VP Wilson? Okay, seeing none. Thank you.
Thank you.
Comptroller's report. VP Wilson.
All right, so Comptroller Fabregas had to head home early, so sorry about that. As far as the CRT current account balance, it is at $325,282.06 with a reversion rate of 16.207%. The FAO current account balance is $85,883.91 with a reversion rate of 22.935%. And as always, if you have any specific questions regarding the numbers or anything, you can, of course, reach out to her and she'll get back to you.
Thank you. Yes, with any questions, go ahead and email Comptroller Fabregas. Real quick, I don't know your name, but can you announce present and voting, please? Yeah.
Present and voting.
So noted at 7:24 p.m. Cabinet forum. Any cabinet forum? None. Announcements from the Chief Justice? None. Announcements from the Supervisor of Elections? None. Announcements from the Activity and Service Fee Committee Chair? None. Announcements from the Scholarship Committee Chair? None. Announcements from the Senate President? That's me. The applications for the internal and external legislative assistants close tomorrow at noon. If you're interested in what they do, please consult Title 304.5 for any information regarding those positions. Secondly, email signatures. Some of you are in emails that have not been occupied in a while. So those email signatures might need to be updated. I have examples for senators and anybody in a leadership position on how your email signature should look to, coincide with our brand guide. I'm more than willing to help you with it. We also have our Director of Communications in the back if you have any questions, because she oversees a lot of that. I've been working with the President and Vice President-elect for a smooth transition over the next coming months, and I've been planning with quite a few people for success and a great session. Any questions for me? All right, seeing none. Internal legislative assistant report, none. External legislative assistant report, none. Senate President Pro Tempore report, Pro Temp Cerisi.
Oh, sorry, guys. Good evening, everyone. So applications for the deputy positions close tomorrow at 5 p.m. So please email me a copy of your resume and your goal sheet tomorrow by then to be eligible. And then interviews will take place next week, Monday through Wednesday. I'll send you guys out a Calendarly invite link to be able to sign up for interviews. I will be fully virtual tomorrow. So if you do want to have a one-on-one with me, you will have to schedule them over my Calendarly link that I have linked in the agenda for that as well. I'd be happy to have a one-on-one with any senator, any new leadership, if you guys have any questions for me. Committee meeting times have been selected. I appreciate all of you for getting those to us in Senate Exec. So CRT is meeting Wednesdays at 4:30. FAO is meeting Mondays at 4 p.m. ORS is meeting Mondays at 12 p.m. And for internal, ENA is meeting Wednesdays at 1 p.m. GAP Monday at 2 p.m. LGR Wednesdays at 10 a.m. SBA Thursdays at 1:30 p.m. If any of those committee meeting times do not work for you and you are sitting on those committees, please email Nathan by the end of the meeting to inform him that you are switching committees so he can go ahead and do that for you by the end of the meeting. I approved 3 pieces of legislation to be seen tonight. And then finally, I do not know all of your names. That has been evident from the committees this last week, and I want to get to know all of you, learn your names. Also, if I've been pronouncing them wrong, let me know. So if you come and introduce yourself to me, I have peeps. I know not everyone likes peeps, but I have them. And if you like them, I will give them to you. So come introduce yourselves to me after Senate. And that is all for me.
Thank you. Any questions for Pro Temp Cerisi? Senator Costas.
If you know me, can I still get a peep?
Yes.
Any other questions? All right, seeing none. Deputy Pro Tempore of Legislative Affairs report, none. Deputy Pro Tempore of Senate Relations report, none. Caucus reports, none. Unfinished business, none. Fiscal Committee caucus time, none. Fiscal Committee reports, CRT Committee, Chair Borges.
Hey guys, so this week in committee we had chair elections, and our meeting time for the rest of the semester will be Wednesdays at 4:30 p.m. Next week we'll be having vice chair elections and reviewing Appendix A. Thank you.
Thank you. Any questions for Chair Borges? Seeing none, FAO Committee, Chair Millington.
Hello, hello. So FAO, as was mentioned, will be meeting on Mondays at 4 p.m. Vice chair elections will be held next week. So if you're interested in that and on the committee, please go for it. And we'll also be discussing the FAO spending policy. So if that's something you guys want to see and you're not on the committee, then please come and sit in on it. That's it. Thank you.
Any questions for Chair Millington? All right, seeing none, ORS Committee, Chair Wanjan.
Hey y'all, as was just said, ORS will be meeting on Mondays at noon. Vice chair elections will be held next week, as well as seeing 7 post-funding hearings and 1 verification of purchase form. Getting right on top of it. We'll also, hopefully, if it's not too long, be going over fiscal probation policy next week. And then if you're interested in the vice chair position, reach out to me. I was vice chair for the end of last session.
Thank you. Any questions for Chair Wanjan? Seeing none. Fiscal legislation. Notice of legislation on first reading, none. Notice of legislation on third reading, none. Notice of legislation on second reading, none. Internal committee caucus time, none. Internal committee reports, ENA Committee, Chair Foster.
All right. Hi, guys. This week I was elected chair of ENA. I'm grateful to all my committee members for believing in me and my leadership. I can't wait to get to work. Our meeting times will be Wednesdays at 1 p.m. Also, ORS Chair Wanjan and Pro Tem Cerisi and I went over Title VI as well this week. If you have any concerns or opinions on Title VI, do not hesitate to reach out to any of us, as we will be changing a lot of it in the near future. Thank you.
Any questions for Chair Foster? Seeing none, GAP Committee, Chair Hall.
Hey, y'all. So GAP is meeting Mondays at 2 p.m. for the remainder of this semester. We're going to be offering a mixed mode type of meeting within the GAP committee, so expect a Zoom link. Also, if you just want to attend over Zoom, just email, reach out. You always can. We're going to have our vice chair elections at our next meeting. And then just to kind of give everyone a little summary about general goals for GAP, include beginning to prepare, obviously, for the midterms in terms of voter registration and voter education, as well as beginning preparation for Day at the Capitol 2023. Why not just start now? And we hope to also build on more research focus for the committee. So I'm looking forward to working with everybody.
Thank you. Any questions for Chair Hall? Seeing none, LJR Committee, Chair Uria.
Hey everyone. So this semester we're going to be meeting at Wednesday at 10 a.m. And next week we're going to be doing vice chair elections as well as absent requests. So if you sent one, sorry, but you're going to have to wait till next week. And then lastly, I'm hoping to create a new president sheet for absence requests like Speaker Kehoe did when he was LJR chair. And so hopefully that will be coming within the next few weeks. Also, sorry if I butcher your last name. Keep reminding me what it is until I get it right. And yeah, have a great week.
Thank you. Any questions for Chair Uria? Seeing none, SBA Committee, Chair Salerno.
Good evening, everyone. So my first update is I'm excited for vice chair elections. I encourage every single person, if you're an SBA or not an SBA, that is interested in the vice chair position, to talk to the previous vice chairs and chairs to gain some knowledge on your prospective committees. Like it was mentioned, we will be meeting on Thursdays at 1:30 p.m. in a hybrid modality. Just to go over really quickly, my first and foremost, like my main goal this year is to amplify not only the voices of the students, but yours as well. I want to serve as a resource to everyone. I have created a survey to get to know some of your interests and passions when it comes to activism. I would really appreciate you all filling this out whenever you can. The link is in the agenda. If anyone has any concerns regarding the student body or personal projects, please don't hesitate to reach out. My metaphorical door will always be open. I also wanted to comment on the fact that our meeting times are only the set ones for the next 2 weeks. So the summer will be different for SBA.
Thank you. Any questions for Chair Salerno? Senator Ferguson.
Is that survey just for members of the SBA, or is that for everybody? Thank you.
Anyone else with questions? Okay. Seeing none. Confirmations, none. Internal legislation. Notice of legislation on first reading. Constitutional amendments, none. Bills. Internal Bill 5402. Updates to Title III, enacting procedures for committee and caucus chairs to vacate chair positions in cases of no confidence, introduced by Chair Borges, is hereby remanded to LJR. Resolutions, Resolution 5401, resolution advocating for the University of Central Florida to create an unarmed community response team, introduced by Senator Moule, is hereby remanded to SBA. Proclamations, none. Special acts, none. Notice of legislation on third reading. Constitutional amendments, none. Bills, none. Resolutions, none. Special acts, none. Notice of legislation on second reading. Constitutional amendments, none. Bills. Internal Bill 5401, 2022 to 2023 funding limitations for registered student organizations, introduced by ORS Chair Wanjin. Is there a motion for speeches, questioning, and debate? Senator Huerta.
Move for 1 minute speeches, 1 minute questioning, 1 minute debate.
There's been a motion for 1 minute speeches, 1 minute questioning, 1 minute debate. Are there any objections? Seeing none. ORS Chair Wanjin, your time starts whenever you're ready.
Hey y'all, we're statutorily required to pass spending caps. It's pretty close to the percentage from last year. Since our budget went down for the CRT and FAO accounts, I pushed the percentage up by 0.25% to make it pretty close to the number that we had last year. It's still a little over $1,000 lower for each RSO to be eligible to get. But yeah, that's basically what it is. Yay.
We're now in line for questioning. Any senators with questions? Senator Magdadaro?
Seeing no hands, move to go to debate.
There's been a motion to go to debate. Are there any objections? Seeing none, we are now in debate. Any senators wishing to debate? Senator Huerta?
May I retain?
Yes.
Seems like a great bill. It's statutorily required, so kind of have to pass it. Move to vote.
There's been a motion to vote on Internal Bill 5401. Are there any objections? Seeing none, we will now be in voting procedures. With a vote count of 44 to 1 to 1, Internal Bill 5401 passes second reading. Resolutions, none. Proclamations, none. Special acts, none. Senate Forum. Senator Gell.
Hi, everyone. My name is Daisy, or Senator Gell. I just wanted to be really quick. I have a few things I need to say. To be completely transparent with you guys, the past few weeks in Senate have been really hard for me. there have been a few senators and people that have completely lost my respect. I will not say names as I don't think it is fair to speak negatively on people to a general body. However, I would like to note it has been decided that it is okay to speak on my character a multitude of times in and outside of Senate without ever communicating these issues to me. We should not tolerate this behavior. Speaking for myself, moving forward, if I hear anyone talking negatively about another senator inside or outside of the office or any public setting, I will hold you accountable for your actions and voice my concerns. This behavior is what will cause a division within our body. I am not targeting anyone specifically, but if the shoe fits and you believe I am talking about you, I would like you to specifically listen. I am feeling small, bullied, and insignificant in a position where I should feel empowered and strong to stand up for the student body. We should not be tolerating this behavior. I am not addressing this to the floor to get sympathy, but rather I would like us to set an expectation to cultivate an environment of inclusivity so that the domineering ways in Senate come to an end. Senate should be a safe space for all students, and that includes us. It is unfortunate that that is not the environment we have created. Nothing on the Senate floor is personal. However, I understand feelings can still get hurt. If that is the case, I would like us to communicate. I can't speak for everyone, but most of the people in here are kind and willing to communicate with you should these issues arise. I am currently feeling a division within our body. A strong unity within Senate is integral where we support one another. Please communicate if you feel as though someone is out of line or hurt your feelings. We should all be understanding of one another and try to see other people's perspectives. You don't ever know what someone is going through. We as Senate should be united with one another. Despite what has been said about me, I want you all to know that I actively choose to live my life with grace, and I have love for all of you. And I sincerely mean I have love for all of you. If you ever feel as though I am not doing that, please communicate with me. We as a body should really take some time to reflect and move forward with humility, grace, forgiveness, and acceptance for one another. If you have any questions or concerns, please feel free to reach out to me. I just wanted to address this so that we can move forward and have a good session. Thank you.
Thank you. Senator Nguyen?
Resident voting.
So noted at 7:39 p.m. Senator Gomez?
Hi, everyone. So my fraternity is going to be having a Plan 3 event this Saturday. It's on April 9th at Lake Claire from 2 to 6 p.m. This will be benefiting the USO. It's our philanthropy is like the organization we choose to donate to, and it's gonna be like a nice fun day. It's gonna be from 2 to 6. I'm just repeating for LA Claire. It's free to go, so you don't have to go spend any money, but you can. All the money will be donated towards USO, and we're gonna have food. We're gonna have a lot of stuff. We're gonna have like an obstacle race. There's gonna be like games and stuff to play, and there's gonna be a lot of people out there. So if you can tell your friends about it and anyone else you know, and just come have fun, I'd appreciate it a lot. And if you have any more questions, feel free to reach out to me. Thank you. That's it. Oh, sorry. Question? No? Oh, okay.
Senator Hall?
I just wanted to take a brief moment to acknowledge a historic event that happened today, that the first African-American woman, Ketanji Brown Jackson, has been confirmed to the U.S. Supreme Court by a vote of 53 to 47. One reason why I just wanted to bring it up is because she is actually a Florida native from Miami Palmetto Senior High School, lived in Miami-Dade. That is actually the same place as Jeff Bezos, so take that as you will. But in general, she is one of the most qualified jurists in the generation, and it's very, very proud moment for this country to see.
Senator Gomez?
On a very unimportant note, I also went to that school. Just wanted to throw it out there.
Senator Moore?
Hello, everyone. I just wanted to speak for a little bit just on a resolution that I introduced, Senate Resolution 5401, actually our first resolution this session, so go us. It is essentially to create an unarmed community response team separate from UCFPD that could be voluntarily chosen to answer certain calls. If that's something that interests you, you think, maybe that's something that you'd want to sign on to, you can go check that document. I have it hyperlinked here. Since it is our first resolution that we have going on, it'd be good if we could have some discussion on it. So even if you're not really interested about the topic particularly, we are going to be voting on it in SBA next week and voting on the floor the week after that. So yeah, it would be good to be informed on what this resolution is going to be about. So I encourage everyone to take a look at that and sort of form an opinion on that resolution. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you. Senator Costas.
Hi, everyone. I'm currently working on my first piece of legislation for the session, which would encourage all the off-campus housing establishments that are UCF affiliated to start recycling. In my community, there are around 1,000 to 1,400 people that live in this complex, and we don't recycle at all. And that's multiplied by other complexes that also don't recycle. If you guys would like to help me on this legislation, or if you know any contacts that would like to sponsor it or add to it, please let me know. I'm currently in contact with some members of the Orange County Waste Division, former Governor Charlie Crist, some local representatives, so that way we can organize and put some pressure on these institutions to start recycling so we can preserve Florida and help the UCF community during these times of a climate crisis.
Thank you. Senator Holmes.
Hi, y'all. Just wanted to put this out there that I will be working on a proclamation regarding Ramadan. So if you are Muslim, please reach out to me. I personally am not, so I am meeting with Muslim Student Association tomorrow and some other RSOs. They're reaching out to me later this week to schedule to work on it next week. So if you would like to sponsor it or look it over with me to make sure that I have my facts straight and everything, please let me know. Another thing is there is an RSO talent showcase for Club Creole at 7:30 p.m. in HEC 125. I will be performing there as well as other Black students there as well. So if you'd like to come and give your support to this RSO, that would be great. And that is all from me. Thank you.
Senator Sabula.
All right. Hi, my name is Larkin Sabula. I'm a new senator, so I just wanted to get my name out there. So today is UCF's Day of Giving, and I think that UCF should be giving back to the Arboretum. Recently, there has been budget cuts, and I'm pretty sure land cuts as well. I'm actually a senator from the College of Sciences, and the Arboretum is the College of Sciences business. And not only does it really benefit the student body to have this beautiful piece of nature in the middle of campus, in the middle of a city, there's also classes that use the Arboretum. There's actually a beekeeping class. If you've never been to the Arboretum, I really encourage checking it out. I'll be honest, I hadn't visited until this semester, and this is my second semester here. So I will be writing some legislation encouraging President Cartwright to give more money back to the Arboretum and to support them. Thank you.
Senator Ferguson.
Hey, y'all, I'm looking at some legislation to potentially increase funding, like advocate for increasing funding for CAPS. I think mental health is it's a pretty important issue. So if any of y'all would be interested in that, just let me know. Thanks.
Senator Martinez. Yes, Senator Martinez.
Yeah, that's my name. I just wanted to ask you, is there anything else you wanted to do with that legislation or any other ideas?
With the CAPS, or do you mean with the CAPS legislation? I mean, at the moment, I just had it basically increasing CAPS funding, but I'd be interested in hearing other ideas on it. It's not fully complete yet.
Senator Costas.
I would love to meet with you and work on writing that.
All right, Senator Temple.
All right. Hi, Senate. To preface this, Senator Ferguson, I would love to help you with that CAPS legislation. I would be more than happy to advocate for the well-being of the student body. And speaking of advocating, I am also drafting a proclamation in order to bring awareness to the suffering that is being brought upon the Ukrainian refugees. As we all know, there is a conflict currently being waged by the Russian military as of the 24th of February, 2022. And this proclamation will both not only bring attention to the suffering that the Ukrainian refugees have been put under, but also the Russian citizenry as well, because that is a cohort of peoples that really don't get nearly as much attention, but they're still being negatively affected by the effects of their government and their leader in particular, who I will not name names, but Putin, you know who you are. So if you guys are willing to help out with this, I am going to try and get support from the Russian American Student Association as well. And I'm already going to be working with Victoria Arendas, who is one of the most outspoken advocates for the Eastern European community. So if you guys are willing to help out, just reach out to me.
Okay, you told me how to pronounce it. Senator Yalamanchili. Okay, go ahead.
Hi, I would also like to work with Senator Temple on his proclamation regarding Ukraine. I am also very concerned about the status of the war in Ukraine and that we ought to help the Eastern European students in our university, whether they be Russian, Ukrainian, or of any other European country under threat by the Russian Federation. And I'm looking forward to working with Senator Temple on that. Thank you.
Any other senators for Senate Forum? Seeing none, Senate deliberations. Any senator wishing to enter a period of deliberations? None. Advisors report. Brody.
All right. Hello, everyone. I have a couple of things for you tonight. First of all, just generally, I have an open door policy pretty much. So if you have concerns, if you have questions, if you just want to talk about whatever, like just come to the office. I'm there most of the time. If I'm not, I'm around the building somewhere, but I'm around. So just feel free to stop in and say, hey, you have a second to chat and talk about, whatever may be on your mind. If you ever want to talk about anything. A couple of quick reminders. Loki brought up a great point about we have a resolution on first reading. It's going to go into the committee next week, and then you all are going to see it next week on second reading. Yeah, you should definitely read it ahead of time and form some opinions. If you're unsure of things, do some research on it. That's phenomenal. Be careful about conversations you have with other senators about that, though. Florida has something called the Sunshine Law, which means that all meetings that we have that are related to any business have to be announced and public to anyone. And that includes any meeting where any two voting members are discussing something that might get voted on. So if two of you are having breakfast or having lunch one day and you're talking about, hey, that resolution we're going to see this week, how are you going to vote on it? If you hadn't posted that you were having that meeting 24 hours before, you would be in violation of Sunshine Law, which I know seems very dramatic, but that is how the law works. So feel free to talk to people that are not voting members of this body on it and get opinions that way, especially your constituents would be great. Feel free to talk to each other about the resolution to get information, those kinds of things. But if you're talking about it in terms of like the voting, that is against the law. So I just want to make you very aware of that. Just as a quick example, when I was a grad, I worked at West Florida, and the student body president there, similar to here, was a member of the board of trustees. His father was also a trustee member through a totally different route. That meant that if over family dinner, they couldn't talk about their work literally every night because anything that might come up as an issue before the board of trustees would be against the law. So it was a very challenging year for them. So just want to make you all aware of that. I'm sending some questions about this specifically, so we'll do those before I jump into the next things. Yeah, Loki.
Yeah, so what would be the process for announcing a meeting? Like we've had task forces in the past to work on legislation together. Obviously it changes once the legislation is actually introduced and read into the minutes. So if a meeting like that were to occur, what would the procedure be to announce it prior to that meeting?
Yeah, so that's a great question. So I'm gonna give you two answers. One, if you're having that meeting and want to announce it, you just gotta let us know as far in advance as you can. We'll put it on the website, and that is public notice as far as the law is concerned. So that's fine there. Similarly, the other half of that is if it's not being written yet, if you want to get senators together to write the legislation, that's totally fine, right? Because that's not the business of the Senate yet, right? So David, for example, you were talking about meeting together to work on that resolution. That's totally fine. Once it's been read into the minutes on first reading, once it's been accepted by the body, then it is a public piece of business, and then you cannot meet to discuss it outside of a publicly announced meeting. Does that make sense? Yeah. David.
So I just had the question. So basically, we can discuss the legislation, but we can't discuss how we're going to vote on it under Sunshine Law.
Yeah, I think it's like slightly more nuanced than that, but basically yes. Like I think if you had a question about the details, that's fine. If you were trying to convince someone to vote a certain way, even if you didn't declare your voting intention, that would be a problem, right? So like it's kind of a hazy area. I generally recommend that you just kind of avoid these situations so that like I don't get sued, because I don't want to get sued, and I would be, and it would be very sad. So I'm generally going to be pretty cautious and advise you all to just like not do these things. But yes, there is gray area there. So yeah.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask, like, or just clarify real quick, like, if we did, let's just say, wanted to do it, and I know you advised us not to, but this is just to make sure it's clear. If we did want to announce that we were having a meeting on this legislation, we're going to talk about how we vote on it and such, where would we announce it? Like via email, on the group me, where should we announce it?
Yeah, so it has to be publicly announced to basically the world, and so we have determined that means our website. So if you all go to sg.ucf.edu and you scroll down to the bottom, you'll see some calendar events there, one of which is this meeting, because this meeting has to be posted by the same rules. And if you click more events, you can see all of our committee meetings, all of our caucus meetings. Judicial has their meetings in there, all of our Senate meetings, etc. So if you were to let us know, either Alo or myself, Nathan, we can add that meeting to the calendar, and then that would qualify as being publicly announced. Okay.
Yeah. So aside from like Senate business, just for an example, Senator Hall is a member of the Cuban American Student Association. Obviously, I'm involved with like Latino advocacy on campus. Say there was like a proclamation relating to like Cuban American issues. And so I went to the meeting to discuss that. Of course, Senator Hall would be there. So would that have to be announced on the website, or is it covered because it's an RSO's meeting that is publicly announced?
So it's a good question, and that I think falls into that gray area. I think that if you went and were talking about the proclamation, sharing the information, inviting them to come to Senate, that kind of thing, I think you're in the clear, right? If it is a debate, right? If some of the members are talking about different issues, and if Senator Hall is one of those, Chair Hall, excuse me, then that becomes, then we start to veer to the other side of the gray area, right? So like, that's a more nuanced conversation than like I'm qualified to have, but yes, like you're probably fine, right? Most likely. And like, to be honest, if you're writing a proclamation to celebrate Cuban American heritage, right? Nobody's going to call you out for your Sunshine Law potential violation, right? Because like nobody cares how you got to there, if that makes sense, right? But when we start talking about funding bills, when we start talking about the NSF budget bill, they do care. So we're going to practice it always because it's the law. But we can also acknowledge there are times where it's more relevant to what we're doing than others. Does that make sense? Cool. Any other kind of questions about Sunshine Law? Feel free to dive into the Florida State Legislature statutes. It's terrible. Don't do that, but you could. Yeah, Sevilla?
I don't have any questions at the moment, but so if I have any in the future, I can just shoot you an email or ask. Okay, because I'm probably gonna have a lot of stupid questions in the future.
No worries. I love stupid questions. Send me all the stupid questions. I'm all about it. David, did you have one more? Yeah.
I just see under the law that it says reasonable notice must be given. What is defined as reasonable?
Yeah, that's a great question. That has been historically defined as at least 24 hours. I think technically the Florida Attorney General at some point put out something, this is several years back, that said they recommend a week's notice, 7 days, but 24-hour notice is like acceptable kind of a thing. So like we try to operate on 24 hours. That's the minimum standard. I would love if we could all meet the 7-day standard, if we could have everything that we do posted 7 days in advance. That's my goal for you all. But 24 hours is kind of the minimum. Yeah.
I do notice on this website here, My Florida Legal, that there was a thing when some commissioners declared an emergency and only needed 4/5 of the vote to do it immediately. So theoretically, if we have to have emergency discussions, I don't think it would come under the Sunshine Law, but I'm not sure. I mean, don't quote me on that.
Yeah, I think there are clauses in there that might make that true. I also think a lawyer would not consider anything you do that much of an emergency, to be totally honest with you. Yeah, we can talk any more about it at a later time. If you have any questions, just like I say, stop by the office, send me an email, whatever that looks like. I did also want to mention finishing out the semester. There's only a few weeks left, and I know you all are feeling excitement and energized about all this great work you're going to do in the Senate, and I'm really excited for that. That energizes me, and it's why I do this work. But I also want you to remember that like you have finals in a couple of weeks, and like you need to spend time on that. If you all are so excited about Senate and spend all your time here for the next 3 weeks and your grades tank, and then I have to say, hey, you're not eligible to be here anymore, it's going to be very sad. So take your time to finish out your schoolwork, finish out your finals, focus on those things. You will have a whole year of time to do all of the various things you want to get done in Senate. So yes, pay attention to those things, and also pay attention to your mental health during that process, because finals can be stressful. So yes, do all those things. Okay, with that said, let's do some senator shout outs. Who's got some? Loki.
I want to shout out Senator Tosh for using the word Dale on the floor. I really appreciated that.
All right. Starting out a little slow on the shout outs, but I think we can get better than that. All right, Vian.
I'd like to shout out Chair Hall for his early commitment on preparing the day of the Capitol, and congratulate him on being elected to the GAP committee chair.
Costas.
I want to shout out somebody who's not a senator, but did amazing work yesterday, JP, and everybody else that was at the Universal Nights tickets distributions. It was pretty twisted. There was a lot of people there, and it was intense, but we made it through.
All right, very nice. Hall.
So I have two things to shout out here. The first one is going to be, I think, more of a surprise, but I'm going to shout out first Senator Domino for the purpose of, after our ENA committee meeting, he was already asking about how to help an RSO, and actually was late slightly to our ENA meeting because he was meeting with an RSO to try to figure out how to help them. And that kind of leads into the second part of that shout out, which is both Senator Holmes and Senator Gruhl, who both worked much after the ENA meeting to try to help as much as they could with the knowledge that they had about that situation. And then my last one is to Senator Temple, who, we had an election for GAP. It was a close one, but at the end of the day, I think that Senator Temple's not only a great person and a very valued member of this floor, but someone who has a lot, if not limitless, potential when it comes to student government. So I look very much forward to working with you the rest of the year.
That was an adorable one. Thank you. Samantha.
I want to shout out all of the committee leadership. This is the first time, like an hour before a deadline, I wasn't messaging people to like do the things I was asking them to do, because you all got me your times at a reasonable time. So I just want to shout you all out. Thank you so much for not like making my job harder and having to message all of you profusely an hour before Senate exec. So thank you all so much.
All right, Dwayne.
Hi, I want to give a shout out to Senator Hall, Holmes, Gruhl, hey Gal, and also Senator Foster for assisting me with my RSO questions that I had, and to everyone else for being so warm, welcoming, and helping me with the inquiries that I have with everything that's going on. So I do appreciate all of that, and I look forward to working with each and every one of you. So thank you for that, and congratulations to my chair people for the committees I'm a part of. That's all I got.
All right, Brianna.
I just wanted to shout out all of the committee chairs and people who ran for chairs, because that's a lot of work, and I'm glad y'all are doing it because I could not. But yeah, shout out to you guys.
All right, Ethan.
Right. So that Actually, I did not expect Chair Hall to shout me out there because I was going to do the exact same thing for him because so he jumped the gun for me basically. Yes, we ran a very contentious gap election, and I have to say, Dylan, you did phenomenal. Like you just came in there, you were so confident, you had all your initiatives like ready to go. You answered every single question nearly flawlessly, in my opinion. And I honestly cannot think of anybody who has more potential to run the GAP committee. So I wish you the best of luck for GAP, and I'm more than excited to work with you going forward.
The bromance is strong. We love it. Nick.
Yeah, I would like to give a shout out to Senator Temple. We were on our feet, and Costas and Gail. We were on our feet for about 5 hours yesterday trying to distribute tickets. And yeah, we almost got into a fight over a Universal ticket.
All right. Ethan.
Yeah, I also completely forgot about that. So I want to shout out to all the senators that actually did volunteer for Universal Nights. It was, how can I put this without angering any of my constituents? It was exciting, to say the least, but we got it done, and we have 3 more days to go going forward. So anybody who is like volunteering for that, good luck.
All right, Estefania?
I just wanted to do a quick shout out for the 8 senators that have already filled out the survey. I thank you and I love you guys.
All right, David?
It wasn't Universal Nights, but I just wanted to shout out the guy who arrived there at 5 a.m. for his dedication.
All right, Larkin?
I would also like to shout out everyone who's there for Universal Nights because I was in that line for about like 5 or 6 hours, and that stadium is probably one of the smelliest places I've ever been in. So big shout out to everyone who had to stay there longer than me.
Sierra?
Shout out to Speaker Kehoe for letting me do the Pledge of Allegiance. That was really cool. And shout out to Senator Sabula. Yes. Okay. Great. She reached out. She reached out to me earlier today regarding the whole the legislation that she would like to write, and I just love working with her and like giving her advice for a lot of the questions that she has. So thanks for reaching out to me. It's really cool, giving advice to another senator and being reached out to. So thank you.
All right. Ethan, I don't know if I can go to you a third time. All right.
May I direct a question to Senator Sabula? Well, you know what? Never mind. So have you reached out to the sustainability coordinator, Adriana Harris?
No, but I've had like a bunch of people tell me to, so that is next on the list.
All right. JC?
I'd like to shout out Senator Burgos we waited like 4 hours yesterday in the line right after our GAP committee to get the Universal Night tickets, and he was very helpful in explaining a lot of the procedures in Senate for 4 hours. I probably bored him with my questions, but.
All right, Katrina.
I'd like to shout out my new fiscal leadership, Chairs Millington and Borges. Super excited to deal with fiscal with you guys. It'll be a journey.
All right, Nick.
It's not a shout out, but I forgot to mention Senator Sabula. I know the director of sustainability for Orlando, like the director, like the public. So if you want me to get you in contact with him, I can.
All right, these are shout outs. I need you all to focus. Okay. Any other Senator? Rebecca?
Present and voting.
So noted at 8:05 p.m.
You're fired. Estefania.
Can I do a future shout out for something that somebody's going to do? Okay, so Pro Tem Cerisi, it will be not only vice chairing, but also chairing all of the caucuses next week, which is a lot of work. So thank you for doing your job in an amazing way, and good luck.
All right, Dwayne.
Sorry, I have a final shout out, Senator Martin, for helping me find where this room is. I appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, Gavin.
I have only been in Senate for 2 weeks, and so like I've just seen a minor amount of how everything works. But I actually wanted to shout out Brody because it's very obvious to me, even though I've only been here a short period of time, that this would not function without you. So thank you.
Thank you. I was gonna make you all keep going until I got one. So that's good to get it out of the way now. Daisy.
Okay, I want to end shout outs with shouting out Aloe. You are so amazing. And I would like to say every week how great they are. Please talk to Aloe. They're awesome.
Very true. Very true. They're great, but like not ovation great. So perfect. Well done. All right, there you go. So that's how you fish your class. All right. Seeing no further shout outs, I will turn it over to Alan.
Guys, made me blush. Okay, I already said all this in leadership, so I'll just say it again. When vice chairs are elected, just be aware if you are a vice chair that it is your responsibility to send me minutes every week. So just make sure that you're doing that once you're elected. And chairs, until that happens, I'm so sorry, the duty falls to you. And then, yeah, if you are elected as a vice chair, please let me know so that I can make sure that it says so on the website, because everyone should know how special you are. And then for caucus chairs, once you get elected, also reach out to me and make sure I get the minutes from your caucus, because I need those as well. The name cards, you may have noticed that you have these sad name card placeholders still. Oh dear. I promise I'm going to make you name cards. I had a little cardstock moment, so we're going to figure that out, and then I will get them all printed and folded and beautiful for you. In case you missed it, or you weren't here last week, or you forgot, or you didn't have time, or you didn't have a pen, if you want your pronouns on your name card, please feel free to write them on the back. If you want pronunciation of your name, first or last or both, please feel free to write that on the back, but make sure you write what the pronunciation is, just because I will get it wrong. And then if the name that is on your name card right now is not the name you go by for whatever reason, if you have a preferred name or a nickname that you would like instead, please feel free to write that on the back, and I can make sure that your name card reads the name that you want to be called. Also, if there's a spelling error, please correct that, because I want it to be correct. I think that's all of the things. Also, if at any point during the semester, pronouns, names, whatever changes, just tell me, and I can make sure that your name card is how you want to be referred to, because it's very important. And then, yeah, I just put my schedule down there again, so that if you need me for whatever reason, I'm not as much of an advisor as Brody, because I'm like a child, but if you want to talk or have questions, or I'm great for legislation stuff, if you have questions about that, because I do the tracker, or you just want to be friends, I'm totally down. Let me know. Okay, that's all I got.
Any questions for Aloe? Seeing none, miscellaneous business, resignations. I hereby resign Chair Foster from FAO, and I hereby resign Senator Becerra from SBA. Elections, is there a motion to open nominations for FAO? Is there a motion to nominate Senator Anderson to FAO? Is there a motion to close nominations to FAO? Is there a motion to elect Senator Anderson to FAO? All right, appointments. I hereby appoint Senator Patel, Senator DeMarla, Senator Pena, Senator Magdadaro, Senator Temple, Senator Cinco, Senator Beaumont, Senator Salerno, and Senator Yalamanchili to the APIA caucus. I hereby appoint Senator Domino, Senator Castellan, Senator Sebula, Senator Ververt, Senator Foster, Senator Poitier, Senator Holmes, Senator Salerno, and Senator Royale to the Black Caucus. I hereby appoint Senator Wanjin, Senator Sebula, Senator Cerisi, Senator Beaumont, and Senator Tache to the Disability Caucus. I hereby appoint Senator Anderson, Senator Pena, Senator Bursey, Senator Uria, Senator Gell, Senator Hall, Senator Becerra, Senator Lerdo, Senator Almanar, Senator Martinez, Senator Sebula, Senator Moule, Senator Moroto, Senator Saucedo, Senator Salerno, Senator Gomez, and Senator Borges to the Hispanic Latinx Caucus. It's a mouthful. I hereby appoint Senator Anderson, Senator Domino, Senator Bertram, Senator Tache, Senator Martinez, Senator Moroto, myself, Senator Salerno, Senator Borges, Senator Yalamanchili, Senator Role to the LGBTQ+ caucus. And I hereby appoint Senator DeMarla, Senator Bursey, Senator Hurrell, Senator Magdadaro, Senator Gell, Senator Cinco, Senator Sebula, Senator Millington, Senator Costas, Senator Foster, and Senator Tache to the Women's Caucus. Killer Couture. I did pick these out beforehand. Third place, we're going to do Senator Mole. I really like the suit with the white tie. I really like it. In second place, we're going to do Senator Anderson because I love like an all black fit. And then first place, we're going to do Chair Salerno because I just really like the outfit. It's like new and different. We are still in miscellaneous business. Senator Spalding, you had your hand.
Oh, if there was like no one else that wanted to speak, I was going to move to adjourn pending final roll call, but I don't know if that was too soon.
There's been a motion to adjourn pending final roll call. Are there any objections? Do you object? Yeah. Okay.
I just wanted to ask a question. When will we know when the caucus meetings are?
That'll be tomorrow, just like your committees. Oh my God. I hereby appoint Pro Temp Cerisi as the acting chair of all caucuses. You did the right thing objecting. Senator Ferguson.
Motion to move to final roll call.
There's been a motion to adjourn pending final roll call. Are there any objections? Do you withdraw?
Withdraw.
All right, Senator Costas.
Yeah, I know I've spoken a lot today. We're about to get to roll call, I promise. I just wanted to say, I know Senate can be intimidating, but please don't be a silent senator. We had a lot of those people last session, like speak up, say what you have to say. That way we can all learn from each other and make sure this is the best chamber that we can have.
Scared. Senator Mole.
Move to adjourn pending final roll call.
There's been a motion to adjourn pending final roll call. Are there any objections? Seeing none, Chair Uria.
Okay, bear with me. I'm gonna get better with time, I swear. Kehoe.
Present.
Moroto.
Present.
Mole.
Here.
Potter.
Here.
Bertram.
Present.
Cura.
Here.
Gomez.
Here.
Martinez.
Present.
McLean.
It is McClellan and here.
Thank you. Millington.
Present.
Richard.
Present.
Temple.
Present.
Bursey. Caldwell.
Present.
Robbins.
Present.
Spalding.
Present.
Van Kirk.
Present.
Castillo.
Castillo. Present.
Ferguson.
Present.
Lerdo.
Here.
Maury.
Here.
You just told me this. None.
That's fine.
Byington.
It's when?
Say it again.
When?
Okay, thank
Yeah.
you. Pina.
Present.
Simcoe. Wanjin.
Present.
Beirut. I'm so sorry. Domino.
Present.
Foster.
Here.
Galloway.
Here.
Yep. Beaumont.
Beaumont. Here.
Becerra.
Present.
Gell.
Oh, present.
Zamarla. Patel. Yamanchili.
Present.
Simcoe.
Present.
Hurl.
It's Harrell and present.
Borges.
Here.
Roll.
Here. You got it right.
Okay. Almanar.
Present.
Anderson.
Present.
Castellan.
Present.
Sebula.
Present.
Hall.
Present.
Holmes.
Present.
Huerta.
Present.
Costas.
Here.
Magnadaro. Martin.
Present.
Salerno.
Present.
Saucedo. Oh my god.
Saucedo.
Saucedo.
Present.
Tashe.
Here.
Me. Cerisi.
Present.
Cox.
Here.
I hereby. Okay. All right. 50 out of 56. 50 out of 56.
Ethan,
In the
I think someone got missed.
really?
Sorry, what's your last name? What is it? Okay, I got you.
In the future, please do not pack up during final roll call. It's very distracting. I hereby adjourn this meeting at 8:17 p.m.
Hey guys, don't forget I have peeps if you guys want them. Is Senator Beaumont still here? Senator Beaumont?
Hey, everybody. Hello. Hey, listen up for 1 second. Hey, I love that you all are having these great conversations, but there are staff and like they'd like to go home. So like, get out.